warming up and stuff like that. I once opened the door to his dressing room because I wanted to fucking find out if there were a secret. And he's sitting and playing Pac-Man. The man on the Silver Mountain playing Pac-Man. That's the secret. 2 weeks later, after I bought Pac-Man myself, I went out. It just didn't sound the same. So anyway, after 6 weeks on the road with Ronnie James Dio and Freak of Nature, it comes to that classical night where the main act wants the opening act to remember that, you've heard the stories from other bands. Then the final night and they came on stage and they threw potato salad in our hair and stuff like that. And why Freak of Nature, this happened to be in a little town on the border of Denmark and Germany, and they still haven't decided what country it's in. I don't know why. So, and basically, to tell you the truth, there's almost nobody that night. Nobody in the audience, but the show must go on. And during the Freak of Nature set, Ronnie James' road crew comes up on stage and just little by little removes the amplifiers and the microphone. And the last thing is just the drummer sitting with a hi-hat, and everybody looks around going, are we still going to finish the set? Actually, we decide not to. But then it's our turn, and we're sitting in the dressing room wondering, should we pay back? And it's a really difficult decision because it's the holy diver on stage. And you just don't go and throw a pie in his face. I said, you don't. This is like, there's certain things we knew that was off the list. There would be many other bands we had toured with that we would have loved to have done that. But that wasn't the one. Yeah. Why don't we take a vote of which bands we would have loved to do that? Just to change. So anyway, I had, of course, especially with White Line, because I'd also been lucky enough to play with some of the great bands of rock and roll, the biggest in the world, AC/DC, Aerosmith, and so, Motley Crue, etc. We had experienced stuff like that, and I've always come up with some good ideas. So it says, this is what we're going to do. And and he will explain it in the next song, that Ronnie had these mystical lyrics, fantasies, world you went into, with beautiful ladies with long green sleeves, dragons and swords and stuff like that. And on that album he was touring one was called The Lost Highways. Most people don't know the album, but it happened to have a song called Jesus, Mary, and the Holy Ghost. So right there he is singing about page 7 in the Bible. I think so. Or maybe it's somewhere in the back. Anyway, I says, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do the last 15 minutes of the movie Ben-Hur. Okay? This is when Jesus Christ is getting crucified by the Romans. I says, this is the scene we're going to do. And the Freak of Nature guys, I said, what? We're in a dressing room. Where the fuck are we going to get all this shit? But somehow, and not too long ago, I actually found some pictures from that night. We managed to build this gigantic cross. The guys dressed up as Romans and said, you are going to be Jesus. And then I took a towel and some gaffer tape and put it up my ass. And then I was Jesus. The reason why I used the gaffer tape is because I knew what the band would do once I got on stage. Just had to protect myself. Now bear in mind, we're now side stage over there waiting for this song to get going. Nobody can see us. And we've gotten some people from the audience. So this is basically about 25 people dressed up, ready to enter the stage and surprise Ronnie James Dio when that song goes on. Stop right there, because there's a second part of this story. Ronnie had been known for not being someone who ever sung a bad note in his entire life. His entire life. And if I'd had YouTube back then, I would have searched and searched. I just wanted to see if it was true. Has Ronnie James Dio ever had a bad fucking night? A night where he just couldn't sing or anything like that. But I didn't have YouTube in '93. But not too long ago, the thought came up. I says, Now I do. I know you're excited. He's like, fuck, man, that's going to be a punchline here. So I'm sitting there searching in, Ronnie James Dio has a bad night.
Nope.
Searching.
Nope.
No.
So 50.
Ronnie James Dio sings out of key.
Nope.
No. Ronnie James Dio uses auto-tune.
Nope.
No. But as the Google brain started getting all these things, finally they decided, no, but you know what? We have someone who really has had some bad nights. Here are 20 videos of Paul Stanley with Kiss. You gotta laugh at that, though. It's okay to fucking just express yourself. So I said, okay, that's not what I was asking for, but I tell you folks, there was one time in Ronnie James Dio's life when he sang one bad note. And I was the reason. Because as he started Jesus, Mary, and the Holy Ghost, getting down in the Ronnie James Dio position, the devil horns and all stuff like that, whoa, yeah! In from stage right comes this fucking Christmas parade with the gigantic cross that basically takes the bass player out in the first time we get on stage. And as Ronnie goes, he just looked like, oh! And we ran faster than we have ever done in our life and waited at the hotel lobby till the band and the crew came back 2.5 hours later. And we're sitting there like, I wonder how it's gonna. Ronnie came up to us, he says, and that was just about the funniest thing I'd ever seen. So it had a happy ending. So in 2010, when the sad news came that Ronnie had passed away, I sat with my guitar.